What's your payoff?
$57,370.13.
I hate paying a car note every single month. That's a slap in the face.
Some people are trying to get out of debt. Others are doubling down.
I should have just not done it at all, but of course I listened to him and now he's not around to help me. I'm recently a widow. He insisted I get this big truck and my kids are a little bit older. The big payment is a big thing for me. I'm paying $1,100 a month, so it's a lot for a single mom.
I bet. We'll do the best we can to help you out. What's your payoff?
$57,370.13.
Your car is about 17 grand upside down. Your negative equity alone is like a $500 lease payment in and of itself. I don't know how much you need to lower the payment by to make it worth it.
I'm not really sure you can blame it on the husband. I doubt that he forced her to buy it. Maybe he suggested it, maybe he even pushed it. But forced her? I don't think so.
Anything lower than $1,100 would make me happy.
What's the mileage that you need per year?
Probably 12.
The best thing to do in this case would be to do a 39-month lease on a 2026 Pathfinder SL. It's a redesign. With $5,400 out of pocket, you're at $920 a month. The Pathfinder would be your only option to downgrade the payment, not necessarily downgrade the vehicle too much.
I'm just not a fan of Nissan. That's my only thing. I've had a Nissan Pathfinder, had a Nissan Rogue, and I just have a bad taste in my mouth. I was looking at the Infiniti QX60.
This kind of comes into play with like to have.
So her payment would drop around $200 a month, but she has to pay $5,400 out of pocket. So for the next few years, she would be basically paying the same amount. And somehow this is pushed as a solution.
Right? The Infiniti is going to be with $10,000 a year, $1,076 a month with $6,000 out of pocket. So you're going to splurge a little for the Infiniti.
But then after 3 years, I could probably lower that payment.
Well, you'll cut the payment in half. Yes. If you keep your car, your best case scenario, I think, is breaking even, given the miles everybody has. In your case, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to finance that car if you kept it for a long time.
They played baseball a lot, so we were going away on a lot of trips and stuff like that. We needed the big car, but now they're much older. Things have changed.
You're going to probably break even in 3 years.
If she goes for the Infiniti, she's in the same spot. $6,000 out of pocket now, with almost the exact same monthly payment. They push this as a way to lose negative equity, but the only thing you lose is your vehicle.
I hate paying a car note every single month. My car note is $538.34. That may not seem like a lot of money because I'm happy to pay my car note every month. If y'all know, my last car note was $700. So I have a 2018 Grand G Cherokee. Y'all know what's the most irritating? I only pay $160 towards my principal every month. That's a slap in the face. $377 goes towards interest every month. Like, excuse me. And I still owe $20,816 on my car note.
When you sit down and do the math on these loans, you realize it's just not worth financing. A good portion of your payments are going straight towards interest for something that'll never be worth, even close to what you're paying for it.
If I wanted to pay my car off today, that's how much I had to pay out of pocket. Now, I know having a car note is the option. Me personally, I can't afford to drive $5,000, $10,000 on a freaking car. Like, I would rather that money go into my house, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't believe in buying some vehicles cash. Because a few years ago, I ended up buying this one vehicle from the dealership cash, $5,000. And I ended up buying a car that was a limit. But yeah, y'all, what bill y'all hate paying? And how much is y'all car note every month? Okay, bye, friend. I'll call you back later.
Some of the best cars I had were under $5,000, especially with Hondas. I think they were better than the car I have now. Any car, new or used, can turn out to be a lemon. A new car doesn't mean a more reliable one. It really just means a more expensive one.
Joseph, what do we have going on?
So, brother, I got this deal right here. This is a difficult deal. So the lady has a repo back in 2025, and she has an open auto right now. It's a BMW X5, right? But what I was able to do with anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 down, I was able to get her approved on a second auto, which is a miracle.
A miracle. That's not exactly what I would call a miracle. Miracles aren't usually bad things that happen to you. Financing a car with a recent repo is only going to cost her a fortune in interest. Looking at a high interest loan as something good that happened means the salesman and the buyer don't understand the numbers.
Right? To have a current auto, to have a repo from about a year ago, and to get approved on another vehicle all at the same time is very difficult to do. And that is with warranty and gap that I got her approved on. Real cheap payments. Payments come out to $502 on the 2024 Hyundai Tucson. She's happy. The car's for her daughter. And yeah, we got this deal going. She's coming in today to sign later on around 6. She's taking delivery and another happy customer.
Happy for now, but give it a month. By the time the first payment comes around, the excitement will be long gone. Then she's stuck with a high interest loan for years, paying a lot more than she should for a vehicle she's not even driving.
I remember you were here last year on your birthday. I really want to help you out as much as I can. We could take a look at the Buick. I'm going to pull the Buick around for you. Let's take a look at it. Let's make sure you like it. But we're going to see what happened with the last car you bought.
What car? I didn't buy it.
You didn't buy a car? What happened to you got a loan before and you just didn't make payments on? Let me see. I'll pull it up.
You got it?
No, not from us. From somebody else.
I have a loan under my name that I didn't pay.
Yeah, that's why your credit is hit.
That was
Oh, so it was a repossession?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you had a previous loan.
I think this is one of the biggest problems. There are people that don't understand what they're signing up for. If you financed a car and it got repossessed, you still financed a car. You just didn't pay for it. Just because they took it back, it doesn't erase the loan.
Yeah, so you didn't make any payments on that car.
I did. I started and then I had got pregnant.
So are you able to do a little bit more down?
Unfortunately.
No? Okay. How did you like the car? How did he like the car?
Yeah, it's good.
For the Buick, it's a little bit harder to get an approval on. We're still working on the approval for the Buick. They did approve you for a Nissan Sentra. Are you open to take a look at the Sentra? No? Okay. Let me see what
Buying a car and not making the payment because you got pregnant is not a good excuse. It of course damaged your credit. And with that comes a high cost to borrow. With something like that on your credit, most of the time it's just not going to be worth borrowing at all.
I feel like we got scammed.
Well, listen, I don't want to say you got skimmed. I would say maybe you skimmed yourself. Because, the moment you sign, it's over. The moment you sign, it's over. It's unfortunate. Dealers are not looking out to help the people making the right choice, because why do they need to put you into a 2026 Camry? And this is what I tell people: before you go buy a brand new vehicle, you need to understand what's going on in the brand new market. The newer the car, the worse it is.
I think for the most part, he's right about that. Newer vehicles look great on the outside, but they aren't built like they used to be. It's all about the options. Pack as much junk as you can into it, and raise the price as high as possible. It's not about the reliability or value you get. It's about the screens and sensors.
So it's very crazy. There is other vehicle, They could have got you a 2020 or 2021 or 2022, have you pay $400 or $500 a month. But it is what it is. They got to keep making the money. You got to be, as a buyer, you have to understand, hey, listen, this is where I could reach. Even if you see right now you're in a good financial position, you could make $1,000 payment, but you cannot be dumping your whole money into a car. It does not make any sense.
Exactly, especially on interest.
Exactly. So, listen, let me know if you need any more help, so I'll be able to, to assist.
It's unfortunate that some people only realize that they're paying too much after they finance a vehicle. Once the money comes out of your account a few times, and you start seeing the car for what it is, transportation, and that's all it is, you realize it's just not worth spending a large portion of your income on something that doesn't hold its value.
Bad credit. She co-signed on the Escalade. That's $50,000. It's behind 3 months. You said the vehicle that you co-signed for is currently behind. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Worst case scenario, I'm not able to get you into that expedition. Would you be open to other three-row SUVs or SUVs in general?
No,
Okay. What kind of monthly budget were you looking to be at?
I'm not trying to pay $1,000.
That's why I'm just trying to get a little bit of clarification from you.
So she co-signed a loan that's behind on payments. The buyer hasn't paid in 3 months. That's where she's supposed to step in and make good on the payments, but she's not. Instead, she's financing one for herself.
Like, what do you feel comfortable with paying a month, so I can do my best to kind of keep you there?
Yeah, anything under 1,000.
Anything under 1,000?
We're going to see because you guys get the vehicle delivered to me.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you a credit app for you to complete, just so I can take a look at everything, see what I'm working with, so I know what kind of lender we can go through, and we can go from there and see what we can possibly do for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
If one loan's not enough, why not go for two? This has to be one of the worst times to buy a vehicle. She could be stuck permanently making the payments for both, and she's already behind on the first. This is exactly why you don't co-sign, because if they can't get approved on their own, they probably can't make the payments.
On another episode of You Will Own Nothing and Be Happy, car companies have slowly been testing this idea for a while now, but we are starting to see it happen out in the open. Toyota has already rolled out vehicles where certain features are tied to a monthly subscription. Imagine buying a vehicle and then still having to pay for parts of it. Heated seats, subscription. Certain remote features, subscriptions. Even access to some of the service information, subscription.
A subscription for anything related to a car purchase, I just don't want to get involved with. Paying a monthly fee for heated seats, I'd rather just deal with the cold. It's not enough that you choose to buy their car. They want to lock you into extra monthly payments. It's really not the best way to treat a customer.
Many automakers are fully testing full month-to-month programs where a single monthly fee covers vehicle insurance, maintenance, roadside assistance. Oh, and they're also going to have mileage limits for how much that you can drive. That will cost anywhere from $600 to $850. Most of these vehicles are basically computers on wheels at this point. They are connected to anything and can be updated remotely, and in some cases being controlled from outside the vehicle. So yes, that option opens the door for a future where access to parts of your own vehicle could depend on whether the subscription is active.
Monthly subscriptions for a car. I never thought I'd hear that one. But with prices getting so high, a lot of people can't afford to buy. So this is a way to make sure everyone keeps spending. You keep paying and never own it. It's great for them, bad for everyone else.
$8 a month to use your heated seats? Nobody's actually going to own anything this way. And then I start thinking about the electric vehicle push and the pressure that we're seeing on the oil right now with this war. And it makes me wonder, is this another way to slowly price people out of their vehicles that they already have? So then the only option is to buy an electric one? Because when you stand back and you look at it, it's becoming pretty obvious that the future model for a lot of things is not ownership at all. It is renting. And transportation might be one of the biggest examples of that.
You will own nothing and be happy. At least that's what they say. Maybe a subscription model would work for some people, but I'd rather own what it is I'm paying for. Hopefully this is not the way things are going in the future, because paying all that money and have nothing to show for it after is only going to do one thing, and that is keep people from ever getting ahead. If you want to see more, you know what to do. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.